Iceland is a road tripper's dream. The country is filled with dramatic landscapes that are surprisingly accessible even on a quick stopover. We're chasing waterfalls, hiking to glaciers, battling the unpredictable weather, visiting a hotspot for geothermal activity, and cramming as much into our 48-hour stopover as we can. If you're looking for a complete guide to Iceland, this isn't the video for you. But if you're planning a quick stopover in Iceland and you want to see and do as much as you possibly can, we've got you covered. We're exploring the South Coast of Iceland from the Reykjanes Peninsula to Jokulsarlon Glacier Lagoon. We go to some of the top sites on the South Coast of Iceland, like Skogafoss and Seljandsfoss, but we're also getting off the beaten path and showing you some hidden gems. It's a jam-packed trip and we're taking you along for the ride. Let's go!
Good morning. Today we're heading to Iceland for a quick 48-hour stopover. We'll see you there. Welcome to Iceland. It's a long journey to get here and it's a little cold and a little bit rainy, but we only have 48 hours, so we're gonna go make the most of it. Let's get our rental car and get on the road. When you pick up a rental car, no matter what country you're in, be sure to take photos or videos of the condition of the car before you leave the lot. That way you have proof of how it looked when you picked it up.
We hopped into our rental car and battled the weather and rush hour traffic to get to our highly anticipated first stop.
Well, we've come to the soup company in Vik for dinner, and as the name implies, they are known for their soup. So we got a couple bowls and it's gonna be good. I got the red hot lava soup and it comes in an interesting bread bowl. It's like dark black, but it's like molten on the inside. It looks super good. It comes with this cream, presumably to cool it down if it's too spicy. So let's dig in and see what it's like. Ooh, it's thick. Do you see that? Look at that. Ooh, and it's steaming hot too. This smells incredible. I'm scared. Ooh. Temperature-wise, that is very hot. It needs to cool down a little bit. That is very good, and it is quite spicy. Not overly spicy that you're gonna burn your tongue off, which is nice, but it's very good. I think it'd probably be better with a little bit of cream. There's some meat in here, there's some beans, definitely tomato, onion, possibly some celery. I think the meat is lamb. It's very good, super tender. It's almost like a goulash of sorts. It's very good. This is gonna be wonderful.
Well, I got the lamb soup, which just basically looks like a chicken noodle soup, but with lamb instead. So you got a nice clear broth, got some carrots, some noodles, probably a little bit of onion. Now after Karin's experience, I expect this to be hot. Wow, so well seasoned. We got some herbs in there. The lamb on its own is super tender and super well seasoned. This is just gonna be a really good soup to warm us up with this cold weather. We also got some bread on the side with some butter, some nice whipped butter it looks like. That's some very creamy butter. Really good bread.
Another fun thing is that when you buy a bowl of soup, you get a free refill, and you can pick any soup, so you basically can try 2 soups for the price of 1. When you're ready for your second bowl of soup, just bring your original bowl up to the counter and ask for a refill. For my second bowl, I've gone with the broccoli cheddar, and it looks really good. Nice and creamy, look at that. It looks very hot, and I've learned my lesson from the first soup, so I'm gonna give it a sec. It smells like a good broccoli cheddar. Whew, woo-hoo. It is hot, so definitely give it a moment or couple minutes to cool off. But yes, that is very good, very broccoli. You can tell too, it's kind of got a green tinge to it. I don't know if it comes off very well on camera, but it's got a little bit of a green tinge to it. And it is very good. They typically have 4 soups here, and the lamb soup and the lava soup are the same every day. But they also have a different soup that rotates and a vegan soup of the day. So they've got you covered.
Well, for my second bowl, I got the vegan soup of the day. It's got kind of an orange tinge to it. Maybe it's like a sweet potato or something like that. Ooh, hot. Definitely something with curry. Could be maybe a carrot soup. Hard to tell, but it's a really good, nice, smooth soup.
If you're in Vik, you should definitely stop by the soup company for a meal. Well, dinner was really good.
Oh yeah.
And now we've decided to take a little detour on our way to our hotel, and we have come to Skogafoss. Skogafoss is a massive waterfall on the south coast of Iceland, and the weather is terrible right now, and it's super late at night, so it's not super busy.
Nope.
So we put on our rain clothes and we're gonna go explore. Come with us. Even if it's not raining when you come and visit Skogafoss, take our advice and bring a raincoat and rain pants. Do you see how much mist is coming off of this massive waterfall? It doesn't matter what time of year it is, you're gonna get soaked. So you've been warned, come prepared. I can't believe we're actually back here at Skogafoss.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
This is one of the last things that we saw the last time we were in Iceland.
Probably one of the best waterfalls they have.
Absolutely. This is super accessible and easy to get to, and that's probably why it's one of the top waterfalls in Iceland. And some fun facts for you. Skogafoss is 15 meters wide and 62 meters tall. It is a pretty impressive waterfall, and the water is coming from two different glaciers, Eyjafjallajökull and Mýrdalsjökull. There's a hiking path on the east side of Skogafoss that you can hike all the way to the top to get a great view of Skogafoss from above, and you can keep going, and there are waterfalls along that path if you hike at the top. Well, I say we've made the most of the bad weather. In Iceland, you can't just choose not to do something because the weather sucks. I mean, you never know what you're gonna get. So there's no such thing as bad weather. There's only bad clothing. So come prepared. And now I am thoroughly soaked, even though I wore rain gear. And we are gonna go warm up at our hotel. So let's go take a tour. We will see you there. And we are at our hotel for the night. We are staying at Bru Guest House, which is near Seljalandsfoss. It's basically like our own individual cabin, and we have a pretty great view of just flat land. I don't know, there's lots of clouds, it's dark, it's midnight, but let's give you a quick tour to show you around. This is a couch that converts into a bed, and we have a table, kitchen table. We have an air conditioner, although I don't know how frequently that's used in Iceland. And we have a TV and a radiator, which is nice. And then over here, we have the bathroom. You can see that the bathroom includes a hair dryer, which might be nice because I am soaking wet, and I know we have soaking wet gloves. Then over here, let's keep going down the hall. We have a nice place to hang our coats, which are soaking wet, as you might expect. Here we have the little kitchenette. We have a sink, microwave, a little fridge, pots, pans, everything you could possibly need. And then in here, we have the bedroom. Ta-da! Beds. Oh, there's even robes in here. So thoughtful. And a view out to flat land.
More fields.
More fields. We're going to unload our car and call it a night, so we will see you tomorrow. We got up super early and we are heading out to explore and see as much as we can. We only have 48 hours here, and that's split up between 2 half days and this one full day. So we really have to make the most of it. And we are heading over to Seljalandsfoss because it is actually not raining.
Yeah, for once.
For once.
So let's get going.
Yeah. This is not our first time at this waterfall, but it is our first time coming here when it's not raining.
That's nice.
So that is a first for us. We're very excited to be here. We are here just after 7 a.m. in the peak of summer, and we actually have the place all to ourselves.
There were a couple of groups that were here and they left right as we got here.
Probably due to the fact that it's very cloudy and the weather is not so great. The forecast for today looks like it'll probably be pretty rainy. So I'm sure people weren't here at 3 a.m. when the sun rose.
Sure.
Because it was rainy and awful.
Yep.
Also, don't forget to pay for parking when you come here. It's not free. If you go as close as I did over there at that spot, you are just gonna get
soaked, I'm freezing. I'm glad I have my rain gear, but my hands are super cold. But let's go behind the waterfall. Again, we're probably going to get soaked, but just be prepared for the water and you won't have a problem. If you want to see Seljalandsfoss but you're concerned about accessibility, you can see it as long as you stay on the ground. Unfortunately, you won't be able to go around the waterfall because the path is just giant boulders once you get up the stairs. It does smooth out behind the waterfall, but right here, definitely not accessible. We are currently behind Seljalandsfoss and we are soaked.
Yes.
Any indication that we're soaked? Just look at Jeremy's glasses.
My glasses and my coat is not waterproof. It's only water resistant, so it's a great way to start the day.
Yeah, unfortunately Jeremy's probably going to be soaked for the rest of the day.
Just gonna have to accept it.
Yeah, it's a small price to pay when you get to go behind an epic waterfall. Well, if you made it this far around Seljalandsfoss and you think you're okay and not getting wet, that's the path to get back to the car, and you're just going to be pelted. So just plan to get wet, be prepared, and do not get mad when you are soaked.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, it was pretty fun to walk behind Seljalandsfoss, even though we did get soaked. If we're not soaked enough, we will certainly be when we finish up with this next waterfall we're going to. And we don't even have to drive anywhere. If you are at Seljalandsfoss and you want to get away from the crowds, just walk about 500 meters down the path to the left of Seljalandsfoss and you will find a hidden waterfall in a cave. We are now going to Gljufrabui. I hope I pronounced that right. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong. Let's go!
Didn't think I'd climb so high.
Okay guys, we're gonna take this sus path into a little cave. Have no idea where it goes. Let's see where this takes us. It's very dark. Might just be like a bear cave or something. There's a path going up here. It's a little hard. It gets kind of steep at the top. I think it is actually just a cave with no opening at the other side. Okay, well, not sure why they built a path up here, but okay. Awesome. That's something to see here. Let's leave.
Jeremy really wanted me to see something. Don't know what. That's it?
Yep.
This is a stupid little cave.
You don't like it?
I mean, it's cute. It's not worth coming up here for.
Okay, well, we have a slightly less suspicious looking path. Let's try this one now. Off to a good start. This doesn't appear to be the main path to get down next to the waterfall, but maybe you'll get a view of it. Very, very cool scenery in here. Okay, and I don't know if this ends here. Okay, well, they're really trying to trick you with these paths here. Trying to get the dum-dums to go the wrong way so that they don't find the waterfall. After that little bit of wasting time, let's go to the actual waterfall. I'm sure Karin found the right way.
Well, we made it to Gljufrabui, and it doesn't look like much from here. All it just looks like is a slit in the wall. Let's see what this is like. I think our feet might get wet, so I don't know if I want to deal with wet shoes all day. We'll see how this goes. Come on. You gotta walk the stone steps going all the way back there, and then you get to see a cool cave waterfall.
Looks worth it.
Just stay right here. Hold on, don't let this slip away.
Well, I say we're thoroughly soaked now.
Oh yeah, definitely. If we weren't wet enough at Seljalandsfoss, we definitely got wet here.
Yeah, but it was super worth it. That cave was so cool.
It was very cool.
Yeah, you definitely need waterproof shoes for this one. Good thing we have hiking boots.
Waterproof everything, I'd say.
Yeah, waterproof everything for sure. Do not, absolutely do not bring a camera that you care about into this cave.
Yeah, it's for sure to get wet.
Yeah.
Quite like you can lift me up. And the truth is I'm falling. I'll be there till I'm gone. I don't need anybody. Only you can lift me up. And the truth is I'm falling.
We have now come to Solheimajokull, a glacier that we have never been to, and we are very excited. This is the first glacier of this trip, hopefully more. And I can see it. It's so exciting. Let's go. You do have to pay to park here. You'll need to download the Parka app and pay using the app because they don't accept cash or anything. Well, this is pretty cool. You can see some icebergs hanging out in the glacier lagoon. The water is pretty dark and muddy, not the same teal blue that we've seen at Jokulsarlon, but that's because that water is mixed with seawater. So it's like the color is created when salt water and fresh water mix together. This is just chilling.
Just chilling.
Yeah. It's pretty cool to see the icebergs there. They're still far away though, we're gonna have to get closer. So cool, and I wish we would have done a glacier hike. You can see people out hiking on the glacier right now. It looks so fun. Solheimajokull Glacier stretches for around 11 kilometers, and it's an offshoot of Myrdalsjökull.
Well, this has been a pretty cool place to hike.
Yeah, it's awesome because you can get super close to the glacier. Obviously, the closer you get, the riskier it becomes. There are plenty of safe places to stand and observe the scenery and take all the photos you want. If you're lucky, you might even get to see some chunks of ice floating towards you, otherwise known as icebergs.
Gosh. Well, I think it's lunchtime.
I think we're gonna have some picnic lunch and then head to our next destination, so let's get going. We made it to Dyrholaey in hopes of finding some puffins, but the weather is kind of insane. It's super windy, super rainy, very foggy, low visibility. I have low hopes of puffins.
Well, we're going to show you how to get some gas in Iceland. First things first, if it's really windy outside, make sure your car door doesn't slam open. So first, let's change the language. And we're going to try to use this discount fob that our rental car company gave us. Looks like it says it worked. Okay, now we have to choose how much gas we want. And it's giving us amounts in Icelandic kroner instead of amount of gas. So that's kind of hard to figure out. We're just going to go with a high amount. Hopefully we get a full tank. I did 10,000 kroner. That should get us at least half a tank. Okay, now it says we're ready to fill. You got to hold the handle because it's not automatic like in the US. There we go. It'll either stop when the tank is full or when it hits the amount of money that you chose. They'll tell you what kind of gas to get when you pick up your rental car, but they also leave a sticker on the little gas door. Green is for gas, black is for diesel. We got quite the long drive to our next stop, and we needed to stretch our legs, and we saw a cool waterfall along the side of the road, so we had to make a stop.
It's only been 2 years since we last visited Iceland, and there are so many differences already. It's kind of crazy. This whole parking area with a nice overlook of glaciers on one side, this beautiful mountain on the other side, was not here the last time we came. And there was a single lane bridge that spanned quite a ways, and that we haven't yet driven, but it appears that that is gone and it has been replaced with a 2-lane road, and they have widened the lanes over here, and it even looks like they're adding a bike path so that the bikers don't have to pedal on the road, which is really nice. Quite a big difference. I'm excited to see what happens if we come back in 5 years and what changes we might see then.
Well, our ultimate goal is Jokulsarlon Glacier Lagoon. We are currently heading to a different glacier, Svinafellsjokull, and
Quite the mouthful.
it is quite the mouthful. I don't know that I pronounced it right, but I gave it my best shot. And by the looks of it, this one is so cool.
Pretty epic.
Yeah, it is. I am so glad we stopped for this one. Well, this glacier is pretty fantastic.
Definitely.
The hiking trail from the parking lot is about 700 meters to the upper viewpoint.
Yeah.
But you can hike all the way down to the lagoon down here, and the glacier even touches the hiking trail. We've seen some people go on the glacier. Probably not recommended, especially if you don't have the proper gear.
It's cool you can get so close up.
Yeah, you could go and touch it. Just like that. So far, I think this is probably the coolest glacier that we've been to today, just because of how close you can get. We're still heading towards Jokulsarlon Glacier Lagoon, so that's going to be our next stop. Let's get back on the road. Well, we came to a gas station near Svinafellsjokull for a quick bathroom break and some dinner. They actually had fresh made food here, which looks really good. We're going to be splitting a couple things just to cut our costs down. I got some mozzarella sticks, and Jeremy got an impressive looking burger. Oh my gosh.
Well, like Karin said, I got a burger, and it actually looks pretty good for a gas station. Ham, an egg, bacon, even béarnaise sauce, and cheese.
Not a whole lot of béarnaise.
No, not a whole lot of sauce. So many good flavors from the ham and the bacon. This is really good. Definitely would recommend coming here.
It's the fire in the rain.
Well, it seems we've been about 40 minutes away from Jokulsarlon for the last hour because there's been so many places to stop and look at the view. There's just way too much to see on the South Coast.
Well, we finally made it to Diamond Beach, which is right across from Jokulsarlon Glacier Lagoon. The weather truly is terrible. We drove through some incredibly thick fog to get here.
We got some good icebergs here, but I don't think we're going to be able to see the glacier if we go over there.
No chance of us seeing that glacier. Maybe a couple of icebergs in the water. Ooh, this is worth it.
Check this out, though.
It's probably not the most diamonds that have ever been on this diamond beach, I don't know what the best time of year is, but it is certainly more than we saw when we came in September the last time.
It's the fire in the rain.
I don't care about the fog. I am so glad we came here. This is awesome. We found some absolutely massive icebergs that are slowly getting pushed to shore. I think the tide is coming in because it keeps coming closer and closer to us. If you come here and there are icebergs on the beach, you just need to take and have a moment of silence and listen, because there's just these like snaps and crackles that they make. It is so cool to hear. This is awesome. I am happy.
It's the logic but insane. You cannot know from where.
Whether you're coming to Diamond Beach or Jokulsarlon Glacier Lagoon, you have to pay for parking, and you can do that very easily in the Park Up parking app.
Before you head on out the door, it's the figure on the wall.
Well, we made it to Jokulsarlon Glacier Lagoon finally. It only took us all day.
Yep. Well, about the last 2.5 hours at least.
Yeah, at the very least. It's really cool to be here again in very, very different scenery. We can't see the glacier at all,
Nope.
but we still can see some icebergs, which is pretty fun. It's very foggy. The rain has picked up a little more, and I think we're getting a little chilly and tired, so we're gonna call it a day. Good morning from Iceland. This is our last day exploring in our 48-hour trip to Iceland. It's a little sad, but we woke up super early to get the most out of this day. And first up, we are exploring Gluggafoss near Thursmorg. It's a pretty cool waterfall.
Yeah, it looks like you can hike up a few different places and get very close to the waterfall.
So it's a quick morning stop on our road trip. The rest of the day will be spent exploring the Reykjanes Peninsula before we fly home.
The name Gluggafoss means window waterfall, and if you hike up to the lower section, you can see the windows that give it its name. It's less busy than Seljalandsfoss, and if you're in the area, it's definitely worth the visit. Hi! What are you guys doing over here? Enjoying the view? We stopped at the N1 gas station for some hot dogs. Hot dogs are a big thing in Iceland, and they do them really well. We have the typical toppings of regular onions, fried onions, ketchup, a mustard and remoulade sauce. It's a great combination. Nice crisp skin on the hot dog, tasty onions, and the mix of the regular onions and the crispy is like something that's just very unique. It doesn't get better than this.
Is it even a trip to Iceland without Icelandic hot dogs? I don't think so. Don't pass it up just because it's a hot dog from a gas station. Seriously, they know what they're doing with hot dogs here.
We made it to the Seltun geothermal area on the Reykjanes Peninsula, and it's pretty cool looking. It's very different from all the surroundings. We've been driving through a lot of lava fields that have been grown over with moss, which is pretty cool. And right now, we're gonna wander through some boiling hot springs and rivers, it looks like.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, I'm preparing myself for the smell of sulfur.
Smells great.
Yeah, it's already just a wonderful smell, but I think it's gonna get worse when we walk through the steam.
Let's go check it out. Oh,
We just got a face full of sulfur and it was the worst. It was so bad. Way worse than standing in the parking lot. Oh, you really, really need to hold your nose. I'm hoping that our clothes don't absorb this smell.
good plane ride home.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be really pleasant to the people sitting next to us, I think. It's nice when the air clears. There's a little bit of a breeze here to carry the smell away.
Pretty cool landscape though.
It's like we're on a completely different planet here.
This is really cool. We found a hot spring and we're so close to it you can actually see the bubbles in the water. This is such a cool place to be and explore. It's very accessible too, which is awesome. And it's super close to the airport, so if you only have a short layover, this would be an easy stop to make. This area that we're on right now is an elevated boardwalk that you can access by some stairs. It's a little stinky to walk around, but you do sort of get used to it, and maybe you also start breathing through your mouth a little bit.
Sure.
But the views here are worth it. You probably really only need about half an hour to explore. You can do this in a pretty quick turnaround. Our last adventure of the trip is going to an Icelandic grocery store. We have come to the bonus to stock up on a couple of souvenirs before we head home. Let's go!
We were running short on time, so this was a very quick stop to pick up some fun things.
First souvenir, we got some mustard. The next one, crunchy onions.
This brand of salt is awesome and comes in many flavors. Be sure to get some when you visit Iceland.
Gotta get these chili nuts, so good. So many candies, gotta watch out for those licorice ones if you're not into licorice, but the Smarties are awesome. Not Icelandic, product of Austria, but delicious nonetheless. Mozart balls. Quite the haul. Now time to check out, let's go. What a whirlwind adventure.
Yeah, 48 hours is not enough.
Not at all, but it's fun for a quick stopover, which is what this really was. Not a full trip to Iceland. And now we are headed back to the airport. We are currently right where we started, waiting for the rental car bus to take us back to the main terminal.
And in the rain.
And in the rain. This was such a fun adventure. And we can't wait to come back to Iceland, hopefully for longer next time. And we will see you in the next one. Welcome to Iceland! Be sure to take photographs of it. Photographs? Skogafoss is a massive water on the South Coast. Water?
A massive water.
You might be lucky in the peak of season.
I'm Karin.
And I'm Jeremy. No!
Well, that was kind of fun.
Kind of.
Okay.
Get off me.
Okay.
They think I'm a bug. No, the bugs think I'm a flower. Solheimajokull stretches for around 11 kilometers. It's the tongue of the glacier. A long tongue.
It's really cool ice. I don't really want to hold on to it any longer.
It's a little bit windy. That's putting it mildly. The raindrops feel like little needles hitting my face, and there's very low visibility. It's only been 2 years since we've been to this part of Iceland. This part, all of Iceland. Oh my gosh, watch your feet! Watch your feet!
Hi, buddies. How are you doing? You're such a good boy. Or girl, maybe. Oh. Oh man, that is so ripe. It's so bad.